Hello everyone. Did you know that your HOA or condo association can foreclose on you if you fall behind on your dues? That is the case in Florida and many other states. I will explain how that happens and what you can do to prevent it, so stick around. My name's Tom Day. I'm with eXp Realty. I'm coming to you from Pompano Beach, Florida. I've been helping distressed homeowners since 2006. All right, let's get right into it. I've noticed that homeowners have been falling behind on their HOA and condo dues with more frequency lately. When money's tight and when you're juggling your bills, HOA or condo dues can be a tempting bill to let slide, partly because they don't report directly to credit agencies. About 100 homeowners go into default with their HOA every month in Broward County. I anticipate seeing more of this in Florida as new laws take effect in 2024 that require condo associations to carry adequate reserves for repairs. Many don't carry any reserves at all. There will be more assessments levied in order to make up those reserve requirements. Insurance costs are skyrocketing as well. If you live in a condo, a large portion of your dues goes to pay for insurance. So condo and HOA fees have nowhere to go but up, unfortunately. Some homeowners have the misperception that the only consequences to falling behind in their HOA fees will be late fees. It's a trap many fall into. Letting your HOA dues pile up can be very expensive and even cause you to lose your home in foreclosure. This can happen whether you own your home free and clear, or whether you have a mortgage on it or more than one mortgage. You see, Florida is a super lien state, one of 18 states where condo and HOA liens have superiority over other liens like first and second mortgages. This gives them the ability to foreclose in order to collect back payments. Now, how long does it take for an HOA to foreclose, you ask? Well, of course it varies. First, the association has to put a lien on your home. It's unlikely that an HOA would go to that trouble before you owe at least $2,500. The HOA or condo will have their attorney record a lien, which will include not just the missing payments, but late fees and interest. Interest, by the way, can be up to 18% unless the bylaws stipulate something lower. On top of that, attorney and court fees will be added. These can be substantial. I'll show you just how substantial shortly. About the process, in Florida, after the lien is recorded, then a lis pendens notice is served. Both of these become public record. Any derogatory public record like this will certainly have a negative effect on your credit score. After the lis pendens notice is served, a hearing is set where a judge will determine the final judgment amount, approving court and attorney's fees. At the foreclosure hearing, an auction date is set at least 45 days later. So from the time a lien is recorded to the auction date can be 3 to 4 months or more, depending on caseload. At the auction, anyone can bid on the property. The high bid wins. The HOA will only bid as much as they are owed. If there is excess equity, an investor, more commonly known as a third-party bidder, will likely win the auction. Then they are the new owner. They can force an eviction. I have also seen cases where the condo association won the auction. This generally only happens when there are liens on the property that are in excess of what the property is worth. All right, then the association would evict the prior owner and rent it out, most likely, in order to recover their dues. Eventually, a first mortgage holder will foreclose on them. Something I've seen on occasion is an inexperienced auction bidder wins, but didn't realize that there's a large mortgage on the property. They're now stuck with the property with that mortgage attached to it. They can still evict the prior owner and do whatever they like with the property. They can rent it out. They can attempt to settle with the first mortgage holder. It can get wacky. Don't let this happen to you. All right, so how do you prevent an HOA or condo foreclosure? Ideally, you need to take steps before you end up with a lien on your property. Do whatever it takes to pay them. Here's an example of what a final judgment looks like. On top of the close to $12,000 in back payments due, 10% interest is being added, which is low, by the way. Then there's about $1,500 in legal costs, and finally almost $12,000 in attorney's fees. So in this case, the final judgment is close to twice what was originally owed. Hopefully you can see why you should try to work out a payment plan with your association before you get hit with attorney's fees and all the rest. Most of them will work with you to get up to date. If you already have a lien, you may need an attorney's help to get a payment plan. Should you somehow come up with the money, you can pay the lien off at any time up to the foreclosure date. I recommend you consult with an attorney to make sure your payment is credited properly, the lien is removed, and the auction is canceled. If your financial situation is temporary, an attorney can also likely get your foreclosure auction delayed for you. Lastly, it may be best to sell your home before your credit is further damaged and it doesn't look like you're going to be able to make those payments. I see too many homeowners go through a constant cycle of having liens levied, then getting them all paid off, only to fall behind again and suffer the same huge expenses needlessly. I've been helping South Florida homeowners in distress since 2006. If you need help avoiding foreclosure, contact me for a confidential consultation. You can also watch my other video, 6 Ways to Avoid Foreclosure. I'm Tom Day. Thanks for watching.